CEO brings a random girl as a fake date to his ex's gala, but everyone's shocked when she outshines. Alexander Knight adjusted his cufflinks with hands that rarely trembled, but tonight, they did. The ballroom of the Grand Imperial Hotel glowed like a palace, chandeliers dripping gold, waiters moving in crisp lines. The annual elite business gala, where the rich came to boast and the powerful came to be feared, and she would be there, Elena Rothschild, the woman who broke his heart, and his pride, 2 years ago. When she left him, she said, "You'll never be enough for my world." He spent every day since becoming more than enough. Tonight, he would arrive as one of the youngest billion-dollar CEOs in the city, but another fear gnawed at him, that Elena might still have the power to make him feel small. His assistant, Lucas, snapped him back into reality. "Sir, your date is waiting downstairs." Alexander exhaled. His date was a strategy, nothing more. Someone to stand beside him, look beautiful, and show Elena that he had moved on. No emotions. No vulnerability. Just presentation. That he stepped out of the elevator and froze. Standing beneath the marble archway was the girl. She was nothing like he expected. No sparkly gown. No diamonds. Just a simple black dress, elegant yet understated, her hair loosely curled, her presence strangely calming. She looked like someone who belonged everywhere, and nowhere. She turned when she felt him watching. "You must be the CEO," she said, her voice soft but unafraid. "And you must be my date," he replied. "My name is Lila," she smiled. "Lucas said you needed a favor." "I'm only here so his cousin can get her job at your company." Her honesty disarmed him. She wasn't here for money. She wasn't dazzled by him. She was just helping. That he offered his arm. "Shall we?" The moment they entered the ballroom, heads turned, then whispers followed like shadows. "Who is she?" "She doesn't look like his type." "She must be a gold digger." "Elena will love this disaster." Lila ignored every stare. Instead, she gazed at the artwork on the walls, the champagne tower, the orchestra, like a child seeing fireworks for the first time. Alexander found himself watching her instead of watching for Elena. "Why are you looking around like that?" he asked. "Because this is a world people like me never see," she whispered. "I want to memorize it. To keep it. Even if my life returns to normal tomorrow." Something pierced him. A memory. Before he was powerful, he once stood in a room like this, feeling exactly the same. Before he could respond, a voice sliced through the air. "Alex." Elena stood behind them, icy beauty wrapped in diamonds, her fiancé beside her, Charles Davenport, heir to a financial empire. Her smile was razor sharp. "You brought someone. How cute." Lila stepped forward, extending her hand politely. "I'm Lila." "It's a pleasure." Elena let her eyes travel slowly, judgmentally down Lila's simple dress. "Yes, adorable. I didn't realize Alex was into charity work." Conversation at nearby tables froze. Alexander felt his chest tighten, the humiliation he once knew returning like poison, but before he could speak, Lila did. Her voice remained gentle, so gentle that the softness itself felt like power. "Charity work is a noble thing," she said. "It means giving important things, time, love, kindness, to someone who needs it. But I don't think Alex needs charity anymore. He built something on his own. Something no breakup could destroy." People turned. Elena blinked. Alexander stared. "Who is this girl?" Elena attempted another strike. "Darling, you must be new to these events. We don't talk about love here. We talk about power." Lila smiled, slow, heartbreaking, wise. "Power without love is just fear in a fancy suit." A silent gasp rippled across the room. For the first time in years, Elena had no reply. As the night continued, Lila moved like she belonged to the ballroom. She spoke to old investors with grace. Listened to young entrepreneurs with warmth. Danced with Alexander like she had danced that waltz her whole life, and Alexander felt something he hadn't felt since before he was rich, human. When they stepped onto the balcony for air, city lights glittered beneath them like fallen stars. "You didn't come here to impress anyone," he said. "No," she answered. I came because someone asked for help. And because I hoped maybe I'd see something beautiful. Did you? He asked. Lila didn't look at the lights. She looked at him. Yes, she whispered. His breath caught. This wasn't supposed to happen. She was supposed to be a prop. A shield. A lie, but she felt more real than anything he'd touched in years. The night ended with applause, because during the closing ceremony, Alexander won Entrepreneur of the Year, but when he walked onto the stage, he didn't give the cold, practiced speech he had prepared. Instead, he looked at Lila. There is someone in this room who reminded me tonight, he said into the microphone. That success means nothing if you lose the parts of yourself that once dreamed. If you forget where you came from. People followed his gaze, and found the simple girl in the black dress, and Elena, watching, knew she had lost long before the trophy appeared. Outside the hotel, beneath the glow of street lamps, Alexander and Lila stood silently. You can go back to your life now, he finally said, though he didn't want to. She tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. Thank you for letting me borrow your world for one night. It doesn't have to be just one night, he whispered. Lila shook her head gently. You may not realize this yet, she said, but you don't need someone to prove anything to an ex. You need someone who sees you. And I don't want to be a distraction in someone else's healing. She turned to leave. Alexander felt panic, real panic. For the first time, will I see you again? She smiled, stepping backward into the night. If you ever return to being the boy who once dreamed, then yes. You'll find me. And then, she was gone, but weeks later, newspapers reported something unexpected. A startup had been funded by Knight Industries, one helping underprivileged students access opportunities, scholarships, internships, a bridge between worlds. Its founder, Lila Carter, and at the grand opening ceremony, before the cameras, Alexander walked toward her. Not as a CEO proving something, but as a man who finally remembered who he was.